I don't have regret in my dictionary.
If I were to start now, I will jackpot you. Hello guys, I'm Nurse Krypton, and today is actually the very first episode of our Stories and Scrub. This is actually a series whereby I'll be sharing inspiring and authentic stories of nurses doing global exploits, and you'll be inspired talking about the narrative of nurses, actually at the Faculty of Nursing at the University of Ibadan. And for today's episode, we're diving into the story of no one else but Professor Prisca Adejumo.
My name is Prisca Adejumo. I'm a professor of medical surgical nursing and the dean of faculty of nursing, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan.
Every generation has voices that shapes its future. In nursing, progress is built by those who question, research, and redefine nursing practice. Professor Adejumo Prisca stands at that intersection. A nurse, a researcher, an educator with 2 master's degrees and 2 doctorates, aimed in the pursuit of knowledge and impact. Her work has shaped minds, influenced research, and strengthened nursing practice across Africa and beyond its borders. This episode explores a journey, a research, and the legacy she continues to build.
In the 90s, because nursing was not lucrative like that then, the 90s, I actually want to ask this question. What actually drew you into nursing at that particular time? Because at that particular time, there was nothing like technology, there was nothing like entrepreneurship in nursing, and it was not really lucrative at that particular time. So I want to ask you, Ma, what actually drew you into nursing at that particular time?
Okay, I started nursing in the 1980s, not the 90s. The 90s has to do with university education, but I attended the School of Nursing in UBTH, Benin, in 1986. That's where I started from. And if you read my inaugural lecture, you will understand the ordeal that I went through to be able to read, to be able to study and become a nurse. My father never wanted it because then, like you have rightly said, nurses and nursing it's not something that somebody wants to look at and say, okay, I want my child to go into, because the society then really didn't have any respect of any sort for who nurses are in terms of what they do, but in terms of what they get, yes, because then once you are leaving your school of nursing and you are working somewhere, you get a Volkswagen to yourself, so your status changes from what it used to be. And so compared to the general society, it was acceptable, to be at that level. But for my father, as an educated somebody, it felt like, no, 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 nothing is not it for you. How can you do that? No, that's not a prestigious profession. So to speak for his favorable daughter, that I told you, I love him very dearly and he loved me as well. So he wanted me to be an engineer. And as far as he's concerned, he loves engineering. But my passion was not there. Although, like I said during my inaugural lecture, he wanted me to build structures, build society, build, and I'm happy building lives. I'm happy building, young professionals. So I'm not near or not junior, like I said. So it's just that engine part of it that is no longer, that is not there. I'm a nurse still building broken parts of human beings when they get ill and they go to the hospital, and I need to contribute my quota, to assist them to the state of recovery. And even if it's not an adult or an elderly person, even if it's a young person, building the life of that individual as a young professional, to mentoring to that person, growing and maturing as a professional, that is also building. So I feel, yes, I'm not an engineer. As a nurse, there is still components of building in our profession. But I think most importantly, what drew me there is my passion, to make a difference in healthcare industry. My passion to help individuals, my passion to assist, someone who needs help. And if you understand what nursing is all about, it's either you are partially compensatory or you are fully compensatory, depending on the state where the person gets into in the hospital. Or if it's not an illness situation, maybe you want to give, so you want to suggest, you want to provide information, because you want to counsel, better still, because we don't advise as much as possible. You want to provide information that will assist an individual to make an informed decision. So either you are doing it on that way, or you are doing it in the process of assisting that person to recover quickly, or even you want to aid the person towards a peaceful death. Whichever one you are doing, there's one form of building or the other going on in that. And for me, it's the passion that drove me into it. When I was in primary school, when we want to act, I quickly volunteered to act as a nurse. I like to act, so I want to act as a nurse because somehow, that's where my passion is, and that's what I like to do. I enjoy doing it. I'm happy doing it. I'm a nurse today. I'm so grateful to God. I'm happy. If I come again, I'm going to be a nurse again.
Wow.
So
That's amazing. That's
Thank
very
you.
nice. So I would like to go straight to the next question because I want to ask you, Ma, like when you look at your journey in nursing, Ma, what actually is, can you say, is your greatest achievement in nursing? Yeah, it's a very deep question, Ma.
Greatest achievement in nursing. Well, I look at it's multifaceted. The first thing I would like to say, honestly speaking, for me, is the fact that I understand that whatsoever it is that I have, I acquire, I become, I'm just a steward. I've been given for a purpose, and I am going to give account of it. That gives me reflection in every circumstance that I find myself, whether I'm relating with my peers, with my subordinates, or with those who are above me. That's one thing that's at the back of my mind. It's like a driver or a fuel that keeps propelling me. If you ask the greatest achievement in nursing, for me, generally speaking, is like making a difference in the lives of everyone I come in contact with. If it's a patient, whether that patient is in the hospital, I want to make a difference in the life of the patient. And so it makes me so glad when I was on the ward in UCH working, or in hospitals that I've had opportunity to work, like Olabisi Onabanjo University, Teaching Hospital, OOUTH, and different private hospitals where I've worked. One thing that gives me joy is recognizing that I made a difference in the lives of these patients that I have come in contact with. For me, uh, anytime, any day, across generations, I look at it as an achievement to be able to make a difference in the life of anyone that you come across, at any point, at any level. If it's a student, if I have to teach students, I want to be able to ask myself, um, in what way have I impacted these students? And I want to be able to get metrics, want to be able to get things that I can point out that make me happy, that I derive joy from for making a difference in the life of such a student. And if it's in my colleagues, also mentorship, like making sure that these younger colleagues are better than me, because the opportunities they have now, I didn't have it when I was at their level. So what can it makes me happy and glad if I'm able to bring a difference into the lives of my colleagues, my younger colleagues, that in terms of mentoring, or paving way for them to be able to become better in their life endeavors. It makes me very happy. So generally speaking, making a difference in the life of everyone and anyone that I come across, I consider it a very big achievement, because it's what I like to do. It's what makes me happy. But beyond all of those, an achievement that is very, very important is becoming a professor. Honestly speaking, becoming a professor for me in this University of Ibadan, was something that came at a time that it wasn't popular. And I remember, talking about it with a number of people, and they were like, "Are you all right? What's wrong with you? Why are you in a hurry? Where are you rushing to? What is this?" And I said, "It's not about being in a hurry. I mean, in other professions, people become professors at younger age. So what's the big deal about it?" And I will take you back to the God factor. I have a daughter. If I knew you were going to ask me this question, I would have brought today, where I was having a conversation between me and God. And when God called me attention that, look, it's time for you to apply, go ahead. And I was laughing that, hey, Nike, apply, how is it going to be, and all of that. But I had to obey. That's one thing with me when I know it's God that is speaking. Honestly speaking, no matter the obstacles or hindrance or whatever, I don't give a damn. I'm ready to push it to a logical conclusion. So of course, yes, I decided to apply, but I won't deceive you, it was tough for even me. And when I was going to apply, I've never seen an application of anybody in my faculty here in the department who has applied for professorship. So it was tough. I had to go look for other people from other departments. Okay, what does it look like if you want to apply to be a professor? What do you have to do? What are the things you need to put together? And I asked questions. I remember asking one professor, Professor Dengbede, I asked him, what does it take to become a professor in the University of Ibadan? And he gave me, several answers. And he felt like, you're on the way, you're already on the way, don't worry. So the question is, how becoming a professor, how does that make me happy? It makes me happy because it came when I least expected it. So I can say that, yeah, becoming a professor, really for me is an achievement, and it makes me really very happy. And I'm truly so grateful to God that 14 years ago, is it 14 or 12 years ago now? 12 years ago, God did it. So I'm truly grateful. It's an achievement. Wow. There are so many, but let me just stop at that.
The fellow nurses Africa came for a courtesy visit for her, and during the section it was really profound. Like it was like a conference. Like I was very inspired, and you understand. So we are going back to understand to continue with the day and start the main thing. You understand? Question, because with younger nurses, I think the very first thing that actually comes to our mind whenever we just graduate is that yes, the jackpot stuff, we want to like go out of the country and have a better life as nurses, because definitely they pay us better over there. But someone like you, you are actually well grounded in Nigeria, and yet you're making impact across Africa, and yet you're still in Nigeria. So I want to ask, like, is that I want to know like the story behind that, Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, if I were to start now, I will jackpot you. If I were to be in nursing now, if I were to just be starting, if I were like my children who are nurses, or the young nurses, if you have better opportunities, why not? If you have opportunities, if you are not satisfied, you're not happy, the environment is not conducive, what you are doing, you are not happy doing it. Look at the security situation of our dear country now. Doctors have been kidnapped, nurses have been kidnapped, with huge ransom being paid, and a lot of other things that accompany all of that. So the push and pull factor keep widening every day. So you cannot really blame any young nurse who wants to jackpot, so to speak. For me, somebody like me, honestly speaking, at what age, what am I looking for? If I jackpot to go and work and get money, that money, is it to feed? Is it to send children to school? Is it to build a house? Is it to buy a car? Honestly speaking, what for? It's very important to look at seasons of life of individuals vis-a-vis their goals in life and what they want to do. So jackpotting, moving out of the country, deciding to leave immediately they graduate, has a lot of factors. It's multifactorial issues that are attached to it, which were not there. Then you finish from School of Nursing almost immediately. You don't even have to think. There was nothing like internship. You just finish, you get job almost immediately, you start working. As soon as you finish, you can do other things. Some of us, we got married. We finished, we have achieved one milestone. We are happy, we can get married, and then life continues, and you are contributing to society, working and doing good. But now that's not the case. If you go to whatever school media platform you are following, you finish, you from the school you are affiliated or assimilated, or go straight to jump, and then you now finished, and then you are now to go for internship. And when you are done with internship, you want to go for youth service. At the end of the day, I wonder, you spend almost 8 years. When you finish the 1 year internship, that's 7 years. Then you now go for NYC, that's 8 years. For heaven's sake. So it wasn't like that in my days. So that's looking at it from that perspective. Certain people going out, yes, they want to work, but some are interested in actually pursuing academic growth.
Wow, like this is really amazing. Like me standing here surrounding this amazing award, because these are not just awards, this is actually your impact.
like this is like so inspiring that truly I can also like achieve this, and also people watching us can also achieve this. So I want to ask these questions, man. Like, man, out of all these awards, which one actually carries the heaviest stories and why?
Thank you very much. Let me start from the point that you will be bigger than this.
Amen.
Yes, and those who are watching us will definitely be bigger, or greater heights, lofty heights
Amen.
for everyone by the grace of God.
Amen.
So, about the story, I think many of them have really good time stories. Maybe I should start from this one.
Amen.
This one was in 2005, 2004, 2005. And for me, it was surprising for me to get this proclamation or award from the editors awarding Great Woman of the 21st Century. I was like, please, what is 21st century here? It awakened me. It made me to desire to do more. It encouraged me to have appetite to want to, launch into the deep. That, so is somebody somewhere even noting women, not talk of being great women of the 21st century as far back as 2005. This was in April 28, 2005, like I said. So it stimulated me to really want to do more, to want to be able to participate in things that will promote nursing education, nursing scholarship, nursing research, nursing, everything nursing. And so I would say this has quite a heavy story from the start around that as early as 2005. I would not say just one. There's one that is even not here.
Okay, man.
The Hall of Fame in 2022, in Scotland. That was really, really big, but that's very recent. It's not very, it's not here because I couldn't even bring it. It was going to fill only one box because I have to carry 23 kg. And one bag, that award is it's going to be only one thing that was going to be in my bag if I were to bring it. So I kept it for a long time, and after some time that it was posted somewhere, I took it to have. So it's at home. But that carries a very heavy, a story, but it's recently. So honestly, all of them carry their various stories.
Okay, ma. So like, it has really been a very like amazing time with you, ma. It has really truly been inspiring, and I've truly learned a lot from you, ma. So I want to ask this question, ma. Like, in your journey in nursing, ma, have you regretted anything? Probably something you wish you had like done earlier in nursing.
No, like I said, that for me, it's been a jolly ride all the while. And I can't really pinpoint something that I would say, okay, I regret it. No, because on point, God granted me special grace, special grace. When I wanted to work here, I was invited to come and work here. And I was reluctant. I really didn't want to take it. I was working in usage. And my salary, there was a huge gap between my salary in usage and what was the salary here then. So I didn't want to come. I was, Mama Okwade, my lecturer then, who was the head of department, and really wanted me to be here, lobbied me, talked to me, encouraged me, motivated me, did everything. So it was just on a platter of gold. I've come in here, I've started work before I was interviewed. So what I'm saying is, examination wise, I mean, I had very good second class upper horns, and everything was just working like that, so to speak. So I can't pinpoint anything that I would say, oh, this is really a regret, generally speaking. No, God really helped me, and I'm very grateful to. In my nursing journey, it's been fantastic. It was very harrowing, painful, difficult, tough, going through the undergraduate days. Like, I've always been narrating the story, but because it's what I wanted to do, I was in for it. I prepared for it. I wanted it, and I was ready to give whatsoever it's going to take for me to be able to do it. So I won't say that's a regret. And generally speaking, I don't have regret in my dictionary. I'll think very well before I embark on anything, and I require as much as I could from God to find out
that this is what I should do. And if God gives me his nod and I'll go ahead, yes, I'll go ahead. And if not, no matter how attractive it is, I step backward. So with that, generally, I don't have, on my nursing journey so far, by the grace of God, anything that I can say, oh yeah, this is the regret or something that have regretted. And I don't generally have regret in my dictionary anyway.
Wow. That's really amazing. Okay, I'm going to ask this very last question, Ma. Ma, like, what advice can you give, like, nurses in their early days in their career journey?
Young nurses.
Yes, Ma.
My amiable young nurses. The first thing I like to say is young nurses should understand that they are the only one who can stop themselves. As young nurses, whatever you can think, whatever you can conceptualize, whatever you can imagine, whatever you can dream of, you can actually own, you can become. And so I encourage them to think big. Don't think small, don't think miniature, don't think, think big. And when you think big, you will soon realize that you will actually get there. So it's very important for young nurses to know that there's no traffic in this car. It's only on the ground. It's on the ground that you have you seen planes, flights in the air having traffic jam? No, it's not a usual thing. It's on the road. So the ground is crowded. They should try to shoot up their heads, try to, go ahead, try to distinguish themselves, try to make themselves exceptional, try to make a difference, try to stand out. And there, in such arenas, there's usually no traffic because people who want to pay the extra mile, who want to go the extra mile, who are ready to pay whatever they need to do extra, they are not many. So whenever you see tough things, go after tough things. Don't always settle for less. Don't settle for things that are easy. And don't be lazy. Try to be hardworking as much as possible and be resilient. When you come across obstacle, try to find out other routes, look around the situation and circumstances, look beneath it, look above it, look through it. If there's need for you to create a circle or a hole that can accommodate you, then go through it. But don't give up at earliest sight of an obstacle. No. I will encourage them also to make sure that God is at the center of everything and anything that they're doing. Because he who foreknew us predestinated us. He who predestinated us justified us, and it's he who justifies us is going to glorify us at the end of the day. So it's better to make sure that it's in your equation, God is there. It's going to help you, take you beyond what your head knowledge and the other things can take you. If you are looking for connection, the best connection is connection with God.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ma. It has actually been an awesome time with you, like very
My
inspiring.
pleasure.
Like, thank you so much for the experience, for the knowledge you shared. It's truly
my
amazing.
pleasure.
And I'm pretty sure people watching have learned a lot from your story, man, your journey, man, because it's truly phenomenal, man. Thank you so much, man, for being a blessing to nursing. Thank you so much, man, for being a blessing to our world. Thank you so much for this time. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, thank you,
and
man.
thank you also for all the time that you have put into this. Thank you for creating the time and making yourself available to be able to do this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it as well. And it's my pleasure.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Yeah, so that's the end of today's episode, and see you next time. Bye.
Our stories in Scrub. Keep watching.